from West Virginia's capital city with news from across the state. This is Metro News Midday, presented by Salango Law, with 13 News and Tonight Live anchor Amanda Barron and Metro News' Dave Allen.
Welcome into the 2 o'clock hour, final hour, Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Stephanie Pauly, Ryan Nicholson, our producers today. Open line West Virginia coming up at the bottom of the hour, 1-800-765-TALK, 1-800-765-TALK, or text 304-TALK-304. It's Metro News Midday.
Metro News Midday is presented by Salango Law. SalangoLaw.com. Join in by calling 800-765-8255 or text 304-TALK-304. Let's go live to downtown Charleston. Here's Dave Allen.
It is the 2 o'clock hour. It is a Wednesday afternoon. Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Ryan Nicholson, Stephanie Pauly, our producers today. Open line West Virginia coming up at the bottom of the hour. Whatever is on your mind, we will talk about it. Text me, call me, 1-800-765-TALK. That is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. I don't know about you, but I feel like I've talked way too much about the weather over the last couple of months. But those meteorologists, the scoundrels that they are, tell us that by next week, West Virginia, we could see some areas in the low to mid 50s by next week. We have another snow system we have to deal with on Friday, certain areas of the state. But then I am calling it, we are done. I don't care what the groundhog said. We're done. D-U-N, done. We're done. It's probably not going to be that way. Kelli Steele is from Putnam County Tourism, and she joins us now. Good afternoon, Kelli. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. All right, so first of all, you're here to talk about a gathering that you're going to have.
That's right.
Talking about tourism and things related to it, but talk about the group Putnam County Tourism.
Well, Putnam County Tourism is the destination marketing organization that represents Putnam County, so we work to both attract visitors from out of town, and then once people are in the area, make sure that they know what there is to do and see while they're here.
All right, what is in Putnam County? Because a lot of people, here's the thing, and full disclosure, I've lived in Putnam County now. This is my end of this month, actually, be my 12 years I've lived in Putnam County, and always a great place, but I'll be honest with you, it was always a great place to drive through.
Yeah.
I lived in Point Pleasant for a while, and on the old 35, I just kind of cruised right in, right through Putnam County on my way to Mason County, and then I went to Marshall, and it was kind of seen as, well, it's a bedroom community between Huntington and Charleston. People get up in the morning at 7 o'clock. They either go toward Huntington or they even go toward Charleston. I'm talking about just for work, even for recreation. People thought that, but there's a lot going on in Putnam County.
There is. I think that perception is changing. It has certainly changed a good bit since I began there, nearly 10 years ago, which is crazy. But there are a couple big things that relate to tourism in Putnam County. One is Grits Farm. So if you have young kids, you've maybe visited there in the fall. It's a huge agritourism attraction, and there's corn maze, and now they have a corn barn that's like think of it as a giant ball pit, but with dried corn, so kids can swim around in the corn and burn off tons of energy, and then you sugar them up and ship them home. So, yeah, they have tens of thousands of visitors every fall at their festival, and then they have farm-to-table dinners throughout the summer and other events all throughout the year. And then we have a surprising amount of outdoor recreation opportunities in Putnam County: biking trails, hiking trails, public water access points where you can paddleboard or kayak or canoe. And so I think, especially for being in the heart of the Metro Valley, we have a surprising amount of peaceful outdoor activities that you can engage in.
This Meeks Mountain Trail came as somebody's crazy idea. Much like the Hatfield-McCoy Trail, somebody's crazy idea years ago. And people literally with this Meeks Mountain Trail come from all over the world.
That's right.
For this trail system. Talk about it.
Yeah. So back in about 2018, one of our community members, Brandon Dorner, had the idea to build a trail system on some property that was adjacent to Hurricane City Park, and got the permission and blessing from the landowners, the Meeks family, and so start digging literally by hand some trails with his kids, and other people joined in, and it became a whole community-wide effort. And now we have more than 36 miles of trails right in the heart of Hurricane, built by hand, and all by volunteer, with more than, I think it's above 25 or maybe 30,000 volunteer hours now, and over 600 volunteers have built it. So it's a true community initiative, and it's an incredible trail system that people come from all over the country and other countries to enjoy.
What do they do when they come to the trails? I mean, what different activities are there?
Yeah, of course, hiking. You can hike up, and in the bowl, as they call it, kind of the valley of the trail system, there's a nice, gentle, kind of graveled walking path that even if you're not more the more adventurous type, you can just enjoy a nice stroll. And then if you want to hike, there's plenty of elevation and challenging terrain. Trail runners love it. So they have the Hurricane 100K coming up in September of this year. I will not be running 100 Ks, but lots of people do.
Nor will I.
People love it. And then it was built actually for mountain biking. So mountain biking is huge there. And if you don't have a mountain bike, you can go right down to Willbilly Bikes next to the trail.
One of the great names for a business.
It is, and great people own it. And so you can rent either a regular bike or a pedal assist e-bike from Willbilly and get up on the trails and explore those yourself.
What kind of an economic impact does that have for Putnam County? Not just for Putnam County, but the entire.
Yeah.
But somebody's got to count it. So let's say Putnam County. What kind of an economic impact does it have?
We can only calculate the visitor impact, but we know that just the Meeks Mountain Trail system had more than a $1 million economic impact in 2024.
That's big stuff.
Yeah.
Big stuff. All right. Speaking of big stuff, you got a gathering that you want to tell people about. That's why you're here.
That's right. Next Wednesday on February 11th, we have Destination Metro Valley. So it's a tourism-focused conference, and even though it's co-organized by the CVBs from across the Metro Valley, we just really enjoy working together. It's open to anyone. So even though it's here in the valley, none of the content is specific to
the Charleston area.
That's right. Yeah. So it's open to anyone. We'd love to have folks. And if you're wondering, what counts as tourism, that might be restaurants, it can be attractions, it can be even like small boutique retail owners, community nonprofits that are either involved in outdoor recreation, the arts. So we would just love a good mix of folks who have interest in making a better experience for visitors and guests to your business or your organization, and telling a good story, making sure your business is easy to find online so that when people are searching for things to do, they can get to you.
And where is this and when?
Sure. It's going to be at Valley Park Conference Center in Hurricane on Wednesday, February 11th. It starts at 10 a.m. and we'll wrap it up by 2:15 p.m.
Okay, and so this is open again, as you said, even though it's based here in the Kanawha Valley, It's based in Hurricane where Valley Park is. This show, as we were talking about before we went on the air, is statewide.
That's right.
And so people, you listen to us right now in Martinsburg, you got stuff going on, come down.
Yeah.
Wheeling, Lewisburg, wherever you're listening to us, there's something for you there, either as somebody who is a vendor or somebody who just wants to see what it's all about.
Yeah, we'd love to have folks. We already have at least one or two people registered from outside of the Metro Valley region, so we would love to have a bigger crowd. And we're just excited to bring some helpful information to business and community leaders about the tourism industry, the impact that we're having, ways that we can better serve guests. And we have a great lineup of speakers who are going to be presenting lots of helpful information to folks who attend.
Those.
Sure. We start off with Dr. Cicero Fain. He's going to be talking about the Underground Railroad and the Appalachian Freedom Heritage Initiative. He is a professor at Marshall University, so I'm super interested in hearing what he has to share. There are so many people interested in heritage and cultural tourism, so it'll be really, really relevant, and I'm just really eager to hear because I do not know anything about the work that he has done in that arena. I will be talking a little bit about making sure your business is ready and able to be found, and that your information is consistent across online channels, so that when people are searching for you, you're getting what you need, and how to make sure that happens. we're excited to have Dan Means, who he's a content creator, and he's going to be talking about keeping it weird.
Keeping it weird.
Keeping it weird.
You have my interest.
He does a lot of things and features a lot of Appalachian creators, but he attends the Fastnacht celebration in Helvetia, and he has turned that into, he's doing classes where people can make their own masks. People wear those funky masks to that, and just talking about how the more niche and sort of specific what you have to offer is, the more it's likely to attract someone to your thing. So really leaning into what it is that makes you weird or unique. So I'm really excited to hear from him. Alexandra Post Cheney, who formerly worked at Grits Farm, is going to be talking about guest, like hospitality and guest services, and how to connect with your guests in an authentic and on a way and on an emotional level. So I'm really looking forward to hearing from her. And then Destiny Workman from the West Virginia Department of Tourism is going to be talking about some of the initiatives they have to provide support to partners.
Yeah, I mean, this sounds like it's going to be, something that's really, really of interest to people outside the valley.
Yes.
I mean, outside where we are right now, because people are going to get a whole lot of information there. And last week on the show, last Thursday, I think it was, I had the tourism secretary, Chelsea Ruby, on the show. And by the way, hats off to Chelsea. She's doing she and her staff doing a fantastic job of telling West Virginia's story, not only here in West Virginia, but outside West Virginia.
That's right.
But one of the things, anytime that I interview Kelly, anytime I interview Chelsea, she always says that in West Virginia, sometimes we don't do a good enough job of, I don't want to say telling our own story. There's plenty of people that are telling the story, but there's not enough people listening to the story, and they don't realize the things that we have to offer here in West Virginia.
I think it's really common. I mean, I think back to when I was young and I thought there was nothing to do where I grew up, and I just wanted to get out. And I think that's really common for people who have lived in an area. And we know a lot of West Virginians who are here have grown up here. And so it's really easy. I feel like if there are teenagers in New York City, they probably think there's nothing to do in their neighborhood.
Yeah. And people that live at the beach get bored with the beach sometimes.
That's
Although
right
now with this winter, I find that very hard to believe, but go ahead.
So yeah, I feel like it's really easy and common for people to just feel like whatever it is they're used to or they're familiar with is boring and uninteresting. And no matter where you live, you want to go somewhere else to travel and visit and experience new things. And so I always encourage people, there are still some things in the valley that I have not done yet. And to be a tourist in your own backyard and to go experience the attractions and the things that there are to do right here at home. And so no matter where you live, looking at where you are from new eyes and experiencing that like you haven't grown up there, you haven't lived there for a long time, I think is beneficial to all of us.
And West Virginia just really, Kelly, has so much going for it right now in the realm of tourism and things that, again, as you alluded to, we kind of take for granted sometimes. I love to tell the story of the Hatfield-McCoy Trail simply because years ago, 25 years ago, I was down in that part of the world working, and I remember talking to these folks from out of state that came down. They were from a trail riding magazine, and they let them come before the trails were even open to the public. They let people come and ride the trails, and I remember talking to some gentlemen from New York who said, "You guys don't even know what you have here." And I said, "You're right, because I've grown up around all these mountains my entire life, and I guess I just don't appreciate them." But there are people that are willing to come and spend money and put heads in beds.
That's right.
I think that's trademarked by Tim Brady with the Charleston CVB.
Yeah.
But willing to put heads in beds and willing to take part of what we have to offer here in West Virginia.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There are so many incredible activities and that span. I mean, I love to be outside, and I love to be hiking and biking. But if that's not your thing, there are so many great arts organizations, museums, and bookstores, and just plenty of things to do right
and
here.
West Virginia is really becoming, Kelly, a culinary destination.
That's
right. The
right.
fact that we have James Beard award winners and nominees, yet another one, I think this time around, doesn't hurt the culinary scene in West Virginia.
It does not. You and I share the love to eat.
Yeah. Although I'm a little bit questioning this freeze-dried Skittle concoction that came from the folks at the Capitol Day. We appreciated them sending it over. I'm questioning that a little bit, but okay.
I don't think freeze-dried Skittles will win a James Beard Award, but yeah, I mean, we have so much to offer here, and And I think people are starting, like the news is spreading, people are catching on. We're attracting more people from out of state, and our markets are expanding. I mean, Secretary Ruby does a wonderful job of being consistent with the message of Almost Heaven to markets all across the region. And it's exciting to see the momentum that we have here, and to hear, I have noticed a big change. I don't know if you have, Dave, but noticed a big change in 10 or 15 years ago when I would travel and I'd say I was from West Virginia. People would either say, oh, I've got a cousin in Richmond, or they would say some sort of derogatory comment about, stereotypes here. Mm-hmm. And now when I travel and I say I'm from West Virginia, the number one comment I get is, it's so beautiful there. Mm-hmm. And they're commenting because they've been here and they loved it, or they haven't yet been and want to come.
And when we had Secretary Ruby on the show last week, she talked about, it's great to have those people. I guess the goal of any vacation spot, tourist spot, whatever, you want people to come, but you want them to come back.
That's right.
And West Virginia has one of the highest rates of people who, and we've all been there on a vacation. No, I tried this so-and-so beach. Don't know if I'll go back.
Right.
But West Virginia has one of the highest rates in the nation of people who do go back, and they come back multiple times.
That's right. Well, there's so much to do, and people are so welcoming. I think when you have someone coming into the area who is genuinely appreciative of what we have here and is enthusiastic and happy to be here, like I feel like West Virginians are so appreciative to have someone who's not got an attitude, and is just genuinely having a good time and enjoys the scenic beauty and enjoys our culture and our heritage and our culinary options. I mean, we do have a lot to offer here, and for that to be taken seriously, it's heartwarming, I think, to West Virginians. We're tired of being seen as less than, and it's nice.
Sometimes we're seen as less than by our own people, though. I mean, sometimes, we are our own worst enemies. Appalachian fatalism. We are our own worst enemies sometimes. We got to work on that before we can expect other people to take us seriously. Suddenly it became a self-help class.
But it is important to be mindful of how we speak to ourselves and about ourselves, and that without it being just about us as individuals, but also about the place we live.
All right. Give us the info on this conference next week again.
Yeah, so again, it's Destination Metro Valley next Wednesday, February 11th at Valley Park in Hurricane from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can just Google Destination Metro Valley, or if you go to Putnam County Tourism's Facebook or Instagram, we've got a pinned post at the top of that, so you can find the details there and get registered.
So those of you that are listening all over West Virginia, no matter if you're the Eastern Panhandle, Southern West Virginia, Northern Panhandle, wherever you may be listening to us today, don't be fooled by the title. This is open to everybody, that we want everybody to come down here. And the weather looks good.
It's going to be in the 50s.
It's going to be in the 50s next week, so that means some of the ice may actually melt.
Yeah,
So.
I cannot wait.
All right, Kelli Steele, Putnam County Tourism. I appreciate you being here. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for having me.
2:24. We'll take a break and come back after this.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
Start your new year off right with a new ride from Dan Cava GMC. Come explore our 2026 GMC Acadias. Spacious, smooth, and made for everyday life. It's truly a fan favorite. Drive into winter with a new 2026 GMC Sierra, now up to $12,000 off, or lease as low as $499 a month. So upgrade your ride this year with us at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop Thora.
Coming to Parkersburg High School, February 6th and 7th. Who are the toughest men and women in the state of West Virginia? Watch Tough Man live on Metro News Television to find out. Featured fights, top 5 finishes, and event archives. Download Metro News Television on iPhone, iPad, Android, Roku, LG TV, Apple TV, Fire TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Find out more at WVMetroNewsTV.com.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Trojan Landing Marine is now Charleston's newest power sports dealership.
We now feature a full line of sleek Suzuki street bikes and four-wheelers. We're now offering the innovative riding experience of Benda motorcycles. The next step in motorcycle evolution with all-electric Zero high-performance bikes. We've now got Segway vehicles starting as low as $10,000. Come in and check out our great selection of high-quality Benelli and Royal Enfield bikes. Visit Trojan Landing in Charleston, now your water, road, and dirt dealership.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Welcome back to the show. 228 Metro News Middays powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Stephanie Pauly, Ryan Nicholson, our producers today. Open Line West Virginia coming up after the bottom of the hour break. What's on your mind? 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. Anything in the news you want to talk about? Anything we've talked about on the show today? You're more than welcome. I was talking with Kelli Steele there during that last segment for Putnam County Tourism, and naturally, you've listened to me long enough to know that eventually every conversation, no matter what it is going to go back to food. And I'll say this, if you don't follow me on social media, I wish you would. Dave Allen Radio on Facebook or at DaveA70 on X. One of the things I like to do is on my X page is I like to repost what Mr. Weekly does on Hotline and many of these same Metro News stations on his question of the day or in or out. And this one kind of caught my attention. His in or out today is going to be about KFC. They just launched their new wedges and queso dip in time for the Super Bowl. It's 16 ounces of queso dip and a large side of seasoned potato wedges that I didn't like, but it just seems odd to me that's coming from KFC. I'm not saying I'd probably be in on that, but I don't know. That found it to be interesting. They'll discuss it on Talkline, on Metro News Hotline on many of these same Metro News stations coming up at 3 o'clock today. We got Open Line West Virginia coming up. 1-800-765-TALK, text 304-TALK-304. Coming back after this. And now we'll go to the Metro News Anchor Desk for a check of local news. You're listening to Midday on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Jeff Jenkins. The state of Washington man charged in the day before Thanksgiving shootings of 2 West Virginia National Guard members on the streets of Washington, D.C., has pleaded not guilty to the charges. Ramanula Lockenwall appeared before a U.S. District Judge today in Washington, D.C., on 9 counts, pleading not guilty in connection with the shooting death of Sarah Beckstrom and the injuring of Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf. You can read more at WVMetroNews.com. The halls of the state's most notable building filled with gold and blue.
The WVU system was the focus of attention at the state capitol Wednesday. President Michael Benson said he wants to keep the legislature informed and let them see the power of their investment of taxpayer dollars.
I really enjoy this part of my job. I enjoy getting to know our legislators. I thank them all the time for taking time away from their jobs and their professions and responsibilities and serving the state.
That presentation included Potomac State College and WVU Tech. Mike Knowlting for WVMetroNews.com.
Marshall University Chief Financial Officer Matt Tidd telling members of the House Finance Committee today that Marshall is getting closer to getting out of debt.
Achieve a structural break-even late in 2027, and we will be able to have an upward trajectory, that beautiful right up and to the right chart of our net position in FY28 and beyond.
That debt now down to $10 million. You're listening to Metro News for 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Managing your money and planning for the future can be challenging. Huntington Bank can help. I'm Matt Harris, a local Huntington Wealth Team member right here in West Virginia. We help people like you navigate the market and your life changes. Join us for Money Minutes this Thursday at 3:45 on Hotline as Huntington Bank's local wealth management team provides insight on this week's hottest market topics and how they might impact you. Be sure to catch Money Minutes this Thursday at 3:45 on Metro News Hotline.
Hi, I'm Brittany Hedrick. As an environmental project manager at CEC, working in West Virginia, the land taught me respect and responsibility. Whether it's navigating complex regulations or overseeing site assessments, I ensure every project thrives. CEC isn't just where I work, it's where I make a difference. At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC can do for you. Visit CECinc.com.
There have been at least 3 fatal fires in West Virginia during the past week. The latest came on Tuesday in Brooke County. Follansbee fire officials say a man in his 60s could not get out of his house early Tuesday morning. The 2-story house was full of flames when fire crews arrived on the scene. The National Weather Service has posted the next storm watch for Friday for the state's highest elevations with snow expected. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Jeff Jenkins.
The Library of Congress invites you to visit the revamped Veterans History Project website, where firsthand accounts shared by U.S. military veterans are accessible to the public. Performing a search of the collection is easy. First, go to loc.gov/vets. Click Explore the Collections. Scroll down to Search the VHP Collections and click. Make sure you're searching this collection, and with simple keywords, you can find what you're looking for. Visit loc.gov/vets today.
This is Metro News Midday, presented by Salango Law. SalangoLaw.com.
Welcome back to the show. We got about 26 minutes away from 3 o'clock across the great state of West Virginia. Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit SalangoLaw.com. Stephanie Pauly, Ryan Nicholson, our producers today. Open line West Virginia coming up momentarily. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK. 304. What's on your mind, West Virginia? Something in the news, something in your neighborhood. You want to complain about the weather? I mean, do whatever you want. We got. You just heard Jeff talking about on the news on many of these stations. We have another weather event coming in on Friday. They're telling us here in the Mountain State. Now, depending on where you are, depends on how much snow you get. Looks like it's going to be a daytime event. Some snow squalls, 1 to 3 inches, maybe more in the eastern part of West Virginia and into the mountains. But then after that, it's going to be cold this weekend. But next week, at least here in the Charleston area, we could approach 50 to possibly 60 degrees with no mention of snow after that. We'll take it. On Friday, snow, rain, sleet, whatever the case may be, every Friday during the 1 o'clock hour, we like to spotlight one of West Virginia's great eateries. Somebody serving up some great food here in the Mountain State. Could be an Italian place, could be a taco joint, could be a bakery. As long as they are serving up food, we want to hear about it. We featured a great barbecue place last week and in Big Chimney, which is here in Kanawha County. And so the folks that we focused on last week, Rolling Smoke, I did not know. I've had their food before. I did not know that they had collard greens. So I'm going to have to check those out. But what I need you to do is we need you to tell us about these folks that are serving up some good food. Our only rule is we really don't like chains, okay? It could be a West Virginia-based chain, that's fine, but we're not looking for the big national steakhouses or anything like that because they got their time. We want to focus on locally owned and operated. Drop us an email, midday@wvmetronews.com, midday@wvmetronews.com, or reach out to me or Amanda on social media. For me, Dave Allen Radio on Facebook or @DaveA70 on X, and let us put those places in the spotlight. Speaking of food, that leads us to our first text today. Text says, I wonder the difference in Michelle Obama and RFK implementing their health goals. It couldn't be that conservatives didn't want to be told what to do by a black woman. Definitely not, says the texter. Again, sarcasm noted. Text says, can we get Brad Smith appointed to governor of the state as soon as possible before we run him for president? This guy has it going on in a positive way, and it's signed Northern Panhandle fans. Brad Smith has done a lot of good stuff at Marshall University. I mean, he really, really has. This is a guy that does not need the job. He does not need to be the president of his alma mater to come back to West Virginia. This guy, money, not an issue, but he and his wife chose to come back to West Virginia, specifically to his alma mater, Marshall University, and do some great things. And they are doing some fantastic things. And I feel the same way, even though he's not from West Virginia, about Michael T. Benson at WVU. I think that these two, in my opinion, the two largest universities in the state of West Virginia right now are very, very blessed to have the leaders that they do at the helm, whether it's Michael Benson at WVU or Brad Smith at Marshall University. Both have been in the capital city the last couple of days. Yesterday, Marshall Day at the Capitol. Today was WVU Day. And folks got to hear from Brad Smith and from Michael Benson on Talkline earlier today. And then last night, what I think is even better, they had kind of this gathering here in Charleston that was aimed at both universities, both the fans, alma mater, whatever, of both universities. And I think that's really cool. I mean, to have both universities working together like that. But again, I just appreciate the text. I think that West Virginia University and Marshall University very, very in very, very good positions, respectively, with the folks that they have at the helm. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. Text says, hashtag justice for Stubbs. Indeed. In case you're wondering what that is about, we've spent some time here in the Charleston area as of late talking about, and I may have mentioned it, I think I did on the Open Line West Virginia yesterday. We had the story, horrific story that came out of the from folks at the Kanawha Charleston Humane Association. Late Sunday, someone dropped off a dog at the shelter that had been shot at least twice and either run over a car or hit with a car or thrown out of a car window. The investigation is continuing. The person that brought the dog in just told the people there at the shelter what happened, and then while the staff was tending to the dog, the person that dropped the dog off left. So they're looking at the video right now to try to see if they can get a license plate, at least not accusing that person of anything, but trying to get him back so they could at least, ask them questions about how they knew that all this stuff happened and maybe find the people that did this poor dog. The dog, whose name was Stubbs, was, as I said, shot at least twice, thrown out of a car, and the dog succumbed to his injuries. He was doing okay at first, but as they were performing a medical procedure on him, as Angie Gillenwater from the Kanawha Charleston Humane Association told me on the local show today, his body just gave out and just couldn't withstand it. So the decision was made to euthanize the dog. In the meantime, people from the community have really, really stepped up and offering donations. They started off by offering donations to pay for the dog's medical bills, but then that kind of turned into, when the dog passed, to offering those monies to other dogs or cats that have gone through similar things. In the meantime, the investigation continues into trying to find who did this to this dog. It's become a really, really big thing here in the Charleston area, and we hope we find the people that did it and that they are prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. Text says, letting 18-year-olds carry guns, what could go wrong? Well, I mean, most responsible gun owners that I know have a gun in their hand well before the age of 18. It's kind of like, remember maybe a little bit longer than that. A few years ago, they were debating guns on college campuses and having that discussion of whether a large university or a small university, for that matter, should allow students to carry guns. And I'm just sitting back there thinking, do you think they're not already carrying guns? I mean, this is West Virginia. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. Text says, all this talk about ICE agents, would you reveal your face if you were doing the hideous things that they're doing? Real cops show their faces and are okay with body cams. On the superintendent issue, there's some legislation rolling through the Capitol right now about whether superintendents should be required to live in the county which they serve. I think I had to study on this for a moment, ponder upon it, as my grandfather used to say, figure out what they were talking about. TJ, when he was talking with us earlier today, TJ Meadows, Talkline co-host, said if a qualified person lives in Pittsburgh, then what's the problem with them being the superintendent of the school across the border? And to that point, Text says Pittsburgh, ? That is a bridge too far. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. Text says, in reference to Senator Weld, glad you have the man on that's ruined West Virginia high school sports on your show. I thank him for his service. But no. Text says, why is no one reporting about Trump defecating on himself during a meeting the other day? And MAGA has the audacity to talk about Joe Biden. Text says, hey, Dave, to the low-life scum that miserably abused that poor little dog, I hope they're haunted by what they did. I challenge said abuser to turn themselves in to authorities. What a piece of trash. 18 minutes away from 3, 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. We'll take a break. More Open Line West Virginia coming up.
Brighten your mornings with Tudor's $5 Sunrise Specials. Enjoy our Mary B, egg, crispy bacon, and cheese on our buttery biscuit, loaded with more bacon than the rest. Or try the Ron, featuring a bigger, hearty sausage patty topped with egg and cheese on a biscuit so delicious you'll savor every bite. Each combo comes with crispy hash browns and your choice of coffee or iced tea, all for just $5. Warm up winter mornings with this hot deal. Available for a limited time.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
New year, new trucks. Start your year off with a new truck from Dan Cava Toyota World. Now lease a 2025 Tacoma for as low as $299 a month. Save over $7,500 off on select Tundras or get 2.99% for 72 months. It's your last chance to get a gas model 2025 RAV4. Don't miss out. Come experience cars you can count on year after year. Dan Cava, Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the road.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
On the next State of Minds.
My dad always said, don't let any one individual control your destiny, what you do, what your value is. And I wasn't about to let Paterno do that to me. I mean, it was just a phenomenal time, my first game, and to be accepted as a Mountaineer.
Trojan Landing Marine is now Charleston's newest power sports dealership.
We now feature a full line of sleek Suzuki street bikes and four-wheelers. We're now offering the innovative riding experience of Benda motorcycles. The next step in motorcycle evolution with all-electric Zero high-performance bikes. We've now got Segway vehicles starting as low as $10,000. Come in and check out our great selection of high-quality Benelli and Royal Enfield bikes. Visit Trojan Landing in Charleston, now your water, road, and dirt dealership.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Poca Valley has proudly served the citizens of Roane, Kanawha, Putnam, and surrounding counties for over a century. As your trusted community bank, we're committed to building relationships and meeting your financial needs. And with the Poca Valley Visa card, you can enjoy competitive interest rates, no annual fees, and a rewarding points program, all from a bank you know and trust. Visit your local Poca Valley office to apply or call us. Poca Valley, where relationships matter. Member FDIC.
Welcome back. 13 away from 3 on a Wednesday afternoon. The state's premier outdoor sports show back, bigger than ever. The 24th annual West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show, presented by Can-Am, returns to Island Park in Morgantown Saturday and Sunday, March 7th and 8th. Over 100,000 square feet of everything outdoors. Over 200 vendors, all under one roof. Complete details, wvoutdoorsportshow.com. wvoutdoorsportshow.com, AWVRC Media Events. Open line West Virginia. What's on your mind? 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. Text says, yet another story in the news about a pastor involved in sex crimes. This one in Lewis County. But yet drag queens and trans are the problems. I would rather have my kid babysat by a drag queen than by a preacher, says the texter. Note, the texter said that. Text says, R.I.P. Stubbs. R.I.P. Belly rubs to you. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. Text says, guns for 18-year-old, big deal. We let 16-year-olds drive cars. What kills more people? Says the texter. I mean, again, when and you know, truth be told, I am a gun advocate, although I'm not much of an outdoorsman. Okay, because well, it's outdoors, and I prefer the great indoors. By any stretch of the imagination, and I did grow up all around guns. Not necessarily in my house; it wasn't a thing in my house, but I did grow up all around. All my friends, I was about the only one, especially when you're growing up in Logan County, that I wasn't against it by any stretch of the imagination. It just wasn't my thing. That having been said, most of the kids that I grew up around had some sort of a gun in their hand by the time they were 6 years old. Matter of fact, I'm old enough to remember when they brought them to school for show and tell, or when the guys in high school, and some girls, would bring a gun and leave it in the parking lot so they could go squirrel hunting after school. And notice I did say squirrel hunting. So, you know, I have no issue, you know, with it. Matter of fact, I think it probably should be younger. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. Text says, continued prayers, Dave. You got this. Appreciate that. Text says, Dave, Turning Point USA, a family and faith group holding a Super Bowl party with Kid Rock, known to frequent drag bars. Watch what you do. People are watching, says the texter. Kid Rock's had a lot of baggage, but that, I mean, I don't care what people do. I was not aware of that aspect of Kid Rock's life, but whatever. I don't care. Text says, did Senator Phillips, your buddy, hook you up with bologna sandwiches at the Capitol? No. Reference to Senator Rupi Phillips, Republican out of Logan County, who is known for serving up some delicious fried bologna sandwiches, or as he says, sandwiches, from time to time at the state capitol. I heard Wilson and Meadows talking about it a little bit today on Talkline. I did not get a bologna sandwich because I was here. So Senator Phillips, who I have literally known for most of my life, you got to hook a brother up. I mean, come on. Or for that matter, Wilson could have hooked me up because Dave Wilson came back after his time at the Capitol, was back in the building last hour staring at me through a glass in here. Wilson could have hooked me up. Just saying. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. Text says, you guys reported on the guy threatening to kill the ICE agent. Liberals are so tolerant, says a texter. Text says, Dave, I saw where our education system is going broke. Public schools have no chance. It's sad, says a texter. Text says, people get wound up about a dog being harmed, and rightfully so. I just wish people would be as upset over children that parents kill every day in this country. Instead, people will fight for the right to do that. It's sickening. Text 1-800-765-TALK. Text 304-TALK-304. Text says, Dave, still no bills of the legislature to the public. Morrissey said, who's on Public Service Commission? Morrissey said bureaucrats shouldn't be making decisions for the people, and I agree. Text says, to all you people screaming about ICE, if you don't come here illegally, you won't have anything to worry about. Appreciate the text, but I think it goes a little bit beyond that. By the way, did you see where Holman had a press conference a little bit earlier that says they're going to be pulling a lot of the troops out of Minneapolis? Text says, hey, Dave, we're having grilled groundhog this Saturday night down on Harts Creek. Just thought you should know. I agree. I agree with that. I've never had groundhog. I've had a lot of foods in my time, but groundhog was not something that I have had. I would try it. I will try anything at least once. I mean, I've had alligator, rattlesnake, rabbit, squirrel, of course, deer. That goes without saying when you're from southern West Virginia. I've had all that stuff, but I've never had groundhog. Or as some folks call them, whistle pigs. There's something I bet Dave Weekley from Bridgeport didn't know, that groundhogs are called whistle pigs. Did you know that? He knew that. Of course he did. He knows that. It's because he used to be a weatherman. He knows that. Open line, West Virginia, 1-800-765-TALK, text 304-TALK-304. Text says, all one has to do is turn on their TV and see the evil that's in this world. This world is on its last legs. Text says, these remote learning days are stupid. Kids aren't doing anything anyway. You should let them play in the snow. Text, another unpredicted snowstorm. Where are weather people and salt trucks? Well, it wasn't unpredicted. I mean, it was predicted. I can tell you here in the Kanawha Valley, to the amount of snow we got was a little surprising to some of us that had 3.5 inches of snow. That was a little surprising. Text says, wake up, West Virginia. It's not enough Trump wants to control everything. Now he wants to take away your right to guns and wants to control elections. We will wrap it up right after this.
At Glenville State University, we are pioneers. With over 45 undergraduate degree programs, 17 NCAA athletic teams, and countless campus organizations and activities, we're here to help you build your story while becoming a part of ours. Glenville State University, your dream, your future, your story. Visit glenville.edu today for more information.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
You want to know what West Virginia is talking about?
It's good to be back in Morgantown today.
Now it's different.
I think it's mostly just business.
What I voted for and what I think makes the most sense.
Well, Dave, this has been a bit of a controversy.
I want to thank the caller last week that said I sounded like Hoppy Kercheval. That was flattering.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talkline on Metro News Television.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Trojan Landing Marine is now Charleston's newest power sports dealership.
We now feature a full line of sleek Suzuki street bikes and four-wheelers. We're now offering the innovative riding experience of Benda motorcycles. The next step in motorcycle evolution with all-electric Zero high-performance bikes. We've now got Segway vehicles starting as low as $10,000. Come in and check out our great selection of high-quality Benelli and Royal Enfield bikes. Visit Trojan Landing in Charleston, now your water, road, and dirt dealership.
Start your new year off right with a new ride from Dan Cava GMC. Come explore our 2026 GMC Acadias. Spacious, smooth, and made for everyday life. It's truly a fan favorite. Drive into winter with a new 2026 GMC Sierra, now up to $12,000 off, or lease as low as $499 a month. So upgrade your ride this year with us at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop Thora.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Welcome back to the show. A couple of minutes away from 3 o'clock. Look who's here. It's Dave Weekly. How you doing, my friend?
Wait. I got to get my headphones on.
Yeah,
Are we ready for professional broadcasting here?
Well, why start now?
Yeah. I'm fine. I was surprised by the weather last night.
Yeah, you and everybody else. We weren't expecting that, but it's okay.
I got a story I'm going to tell at the top of our show coming up. My car had a life of its own for a little while last night.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Slid, parked the car in the driveway, slid out of the driveway and into the street.
In the car?
The car on its own, after I put it in park and turned it off, it slid into the street.
I have actually, that's like the most helpless feeling in the world. That's happened to me on a couple of different occasions. So, you're coming up on that little show, that little thing that you do.
We do, little broadcasting thing we got coming
3
up.
3 o'clock on many of these same Metro News stations. You and I were talking off the air, and we got to wrap this up quickly. I am going to bring you potato soup tomorrow.
I'm going to hold you to that. I love potato soup.
My wife is making potato soup tonight. She does it with the Italian sausage and with everything in it. So I'm going to hook you up with some potato soup tomorrow.
Make sure I get some of the sausage in there. Don't be picking that out.
No, I just suck the flavor. I'll put it back in there. Got to go. See you tomorrow. Till then, have fun and love somebody.